Welcome to episode 35 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. We have the same crew as usual. They're still on their adventure. That's Hayley, Josephine, Judy, Jeannie, Sam, Diana, Craig, and Muriel. Now, it's been a while since I did my last video, at episode 34, and in that time I have got myself a new computer and have got new software that I'm using for the first time to record the narration. The video itself was recorded using the old OBS software on my laptop. Now, if you remember, in episode 34 we saw them travelling from China to France. They've completed some adventures in China and decided that they needed to go to France. And once they got to France, Muriel went to the adventure board and she found an adventure where she was required to go to the Celtic Foray and find an object and return it to the general goods merchant. She took Sam with her after a while. Muriel went there on her own at first, but then she called Sam in to assist. So that left 6 Sims without an adventure. They considered briefly having a look at the board to see what might come up for them, but that was a very brief second of thought there. Hayley, Josephine, Judy, Jeannie, Diana and Craig thought they'd try to do something a little bit different. They wouldn't look for an adventure on the board at all. So they went off to the little fishing hole and they decided that they would try to see if they could catch a few frogs and toads and whatever else might be there in the fishing hole. When they got there, they found butterflies. So Hayley decided not to fish. She went chasing butterflies instead. Now here we see they've arrived at the base camp in France, and Muriel is about to go to the adventure board to see what she can find. And we know that she finds the adventure to go to the Celtic Foray. But the rest of them are going here to the little fishing hole. There's Judy. She's already arrived. Here comes Craig. Now this fishing hole has got frogs and toads in it and a few other different types of fish. They can catch most of the fish that you can find in the base game world, any of the worlds that are not associated with World Adventures. That's Hayley. She's off there looking for butterflies. You can see her in the background. Diana and Josephine are there fishing as well now. And there's Jeannie. So now all 6 of them have arrived. As you can see, Hayley's a Jeannie, as are Josephine and Jeannie, strangely enough. There's some other little animals getting around there as well. Hayley's going to catch them as well as pick flowers and catch butterflies. The sun's shining and it's lovely and peaceful in the fishing spot. There's no other Sims around. See, Hayley's busy with her multi-tab. Have to pick some wildflowers for a while. And there's more butterflies over in the distance. There's a lot of butterflies in this part of France. It's a great place to go if you need your sim to catch butterflies for any reason, such as to make elixirs or just to sell. And if you come here at night, you'll find fireflies. At first, there mightn't be many, but as you catch them, they'll spawn. You get different amounts spawning at different nights Just got to see what happens on that particular night that you go there. So Judy just caught a frog. There's a lot of frogs swimming around in that waterhole. Look at them. And there's toads. There's other fish in there as well. Looks like a few little minnows or whatever those, anchovies or minnows or something. But you can see the frogs and the toads, they're pretty big. Wonder what those rocks are behind them there. Maybe they're just decor. Guess there's decor out in the countryside as well. Looks like Hayley's having an idle moment. But we can stay here and watch them fish. Is that another flower she's going to go and pick? I can actually see the picture much better with this software, so I've got some vague idea now of what they're doing when I'm narrating. They're all chatting with each other as they fish. I hope it's not frightening the fish. They're not catching very much. I have been having issues trying to work out how to make the narration louder. So far, this is the best I've been able to do, but I will continue to investigate. So she'd like to get married. Well, Hayley is still engaged to Salty, and Hayley is the mother of Salty's twin daughters, who are still toddlers back at home, learning all their toddler skills. They're being looked after by Muriel, who is the evil sim, but she does like to babysit toddlers and children. I think she likes to steal candy from them. There's quite a few toddlers back there in Isla Paradiso at the moment, but two of them belong to Hayley and Salty. It remains to be seen if Hayley and Salty actually do end up getting married, because Salty is an evil sim and he wants to see the ghost of his wealthy wife. And Hayley is very wealthy. Salty took a very great interest in Hayley quite quickly at the beginning when he first met her. And he showed her the Mermaid's Island too, so he did help them find an island. Back at those boulders again. Look, there's something under them. Wonder what's down there. Hayley can inspect them. Maybe she should. Just go over and let us know what's what with those boulders. Another frog for Judy. Most of them aren't interested in the boulders at all. There's still plenty of butterflies for Hayley to catch. The butterflies just keep spawning. The more she catches, the more there are. I was thinking initially that she could just keep catching them until there were none left, but that's never going to happen. She could stay here all day chasing butterflies, and there'd still be butterflies to catch. When it got to be night time, there'd be fireflies. So it's just catch until you're sick of catching, and then go do something else. I'd like to see Hayley do some fishing. Now that is from a mod. There are so many annoying little idle actions that Sims do in Sims 3. I thought I'd add another one. And they don't do that one very often, so I haven't taken the mod out yet. But I can take it out any time they start annoying me with that particular drop on the ground and do some exercises. I think she's decided to listen to a tabcast there. I don't know what the tabcast is, but hopefully it's for a skill that she doesn't have yet. I certainly didn't tell her to do it. I've been trying to get a close-up of her with the butterfly in her hand, and sometimes maybe if it's on her nose, but it's not easy. So she's thinking about an elixir. That looks like a pretty dangerous elixir that she's thinking about now. Before I actually started recording these videos, I was just playing a game, and the reason for the game was to get badges, and the badge I wanted to get was to get the Sims to make 300 elixirs. Now, the mistake I made was including Judy. And the reason I included Judy was she'd already made lots of elixirs. And I thought if I started a new game with her, she would eventually get the badge. I've since discovered that occults can't get the badge. Even if you make an occult into a human, somehow the game remembers that they were once an occult and they still can't get that badge. So I've abandoned the elixir badge, even though between them they've made over about 400 elixirs. That was before I started recording. I started recording the series of Isla Paradiso videos when Craig was out looking for seashells, and he picked up a seashell and instantly found 2 islands. So I think his seashell must have been a message in a bottle, because there is a special message in a bottle that lets you find an island, and one of those islands he found was the one that you get when you find that particular message. And the other island he found was Beryl Shoals, which is the island that you uncover by getting close to it. And there is a beach on another island that is very close, and it has a seashell on it. And I would have sent him there to pick up that seashell, only to discover that it must have been a message in a bottle. I never actually got close to the beach to examine what the shell was, because I was using Judy's collection helper at the time. So it was a huge shock to me to suddenly have 2 islands discovered. And then I thought, well, I've often thought about doing YouTube videos. Maybe I could start recording this game, because maybe we could perhaps find all, I think it's 7 or 9 islands, I forget now. So that's why I started recording, to see if I could actually get them to find all of the islands. And get Harley to go over there and inspect those boulders. They just look interesting, and she does have the ability to inspect them. And the others have all settled into their fishing, so I didn't want to disturb them. Might as well get Haley to do it. It says a magical item from China is needed. Well, Judy's got a magical item from China in her inventory. I wonder if that is what is needed to send Judy over to inspect them next. Harley just got another butterfly. She'll have a lot of butterflies in her inventory. Yes, there's Judy going over. She just caught another frog too. That was lucky, because she's going to put her fishing rod away now. Come and see what she can do with these boulders if she's got the right object. I really should give her a new umbrella. Some of them have actually upgraded their umbrellas so they don't break. Yep, she's got Pangu's axe, and it looks like it is the object. Smash the boulder. something on the ground there. And Judy's got a high science skill, so she can analyse that object. I think it's just some gem dust. But if she analyses it, well, then she'll be able to recreate it in the science machine when she gets back to Isla Paradiso. Or if they buy a house here in France, she'll be able to get her science machine in that house. But they've just got to France, so that's her sample that she just put in her inventory. Now she can pick that up and see what she can do to some other boulders, because it looks to me there's something under there. Yep, there's another one she can smash. The others are all still fishing and Hayley's watching. Looks like a set of steps, doesn't it? But you can't get down there yet. Yes, there's another boulder that she can smash. I wonder if she can smash the other two. She mightn't need to. Boulder smashing, nothing like it. Oh, there's something else there. You might as well analyse that as well. Sometimes you can find opals here. Quite often, when you get an opportunity or an adventure, you are required to get an opal, and quite often the opals are there underneath these particular rocks. Put that sample in her inventory. Now, do we have time to go down and see what's at the bottom of those steps? Hayley's still catching butterflies and listening to her tabcast and playing with whatever that is. Looks like a shrew. She's got a few animals in her inventory now. That wasn't too bad at getting close up to when she catches the butterfly. Well, what are we going to do about these steps? Judy better pick up that object that's on the ground there. She can at least get that. She's analysed it. Looks like it might be an amethyst. But I think we'll wait till episode 36 to go down those steps, because we won't have time to finish it. So that's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Bye for now.